one of the reasons why you might be using Excel to store data is because you want to do mail merging and you want to use Excel as your database to store the names or other information that you have that you want to basically merge into maybe envelopes or labels or form letters, that type of thing. So what I'm going to do this time around, I know this is a little bit off in the left field here a little bit, but it is related to the database aspect of Excel. And that is, I want to show you how Excel makes it so easy to do a mail merge in Microsoft Word. Okay, this won't take long. What I'm going to do though, I'm not going to go full out on this. If you're interested in doing mail merge, you can go into the Microsoft Word set of videos, and I think it's module 3 or 4 that has all of the videos for doing mail merge and things like that. So if you're interested in doing that kind of thing, take a look at that when you've got time. But right now, I just want to show you how we're going to use this to make mailing labels in Word. So this is your data. And as I said in the beginning of all these videos, it is very important that that first row are your field names, and then the rest of the rows would be then, you know, the records of information. So that's what we have here. So you'll have that, and you don't really need to have it open. You just need to have it available. All right. Okay. So once you have this put together, you've saved it as a file. Maybe you've saved it to your desktop, which is what I've done for this example. All right. And then what you'll do is you'll launch into Microsoft Word. All right, get that going. And there we go. Okay, so now here we are. So where do you think we might go to do, I don't know, mail merge? Well, if you look at the menu here, it seems like maybe mailings might be a good place to go. So we'll click onto that. And you'll see in here something called Start Mail Merge. I don't care how experienced you are with doing mail merge. It really helps to let the wizard kind of guide you through the process. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to click on to Start Mail Merge. All right, and we're going to go down to where it says Step by Step Mail Merge Wizard. All right, so this opens up a little panel on the side, and it wants to know what you want to do. Do you want to do like a form letter? Do you want to do email? We're going to do that next. Envelopes, labels, what do you want to do? So let's say we want to do labels. All right. Envelopes are fun too. We'll just do labels for now. So we'll click on the labels, and once you've done that, there's nothing for you to do here. It just says to hit next. So we go down to the bottom here, hit next. All right. And then it says select your document. Well, we're going to use this one right here. So this guy here, we're going to use. And then it says change the document layout. Well, what we want to do is we have to tell it that we're using this 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, but as you know, mailing labels come on 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper usually, right? So you're going to use this, but we're going to kind of transform it into a sheet of labels, right? So all you have to do is just click on where it says Label Options, all right? All right. It defaults to the Microsoft labels, which I've never seen a Microsoft label before, as far as the vendor goes. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to find in here the Avery US letter. So we'll start with that. And we're going to go down to the, we want to do the 3 across and 10 down, which is the 5160. All right, so I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. They're not really in too much order here. I hate this. Okay, so 50, wrong way. So 5160 right here. So that's on your 8.5 by 11. The label size is right there, and trust me, it's a 3 across and 10 down. There's nothing else for you to do here. You do not want to go into details and mess with this stuff. you're just asking for trouble. So just stay away from there. So once you've picked your label, then we're going to go ahead and click on OK. And there it is. Now, just so you know, I mean, right now it is laid out. It's in table format, but it's hard to see that because the grids of the table right now are not being displayed, even though they are there. They're just invisible. So in order to display them, all we have to do is just go over here to Layout, and then go over here where it says View Grid Lines, and that way you can actually see the grid lines. So that's where we're at so far. So how are we doing so far? Good? Pretty easy, right? Next step. We need to go, and since we've already set this up, we're ready to go on to the next step. So we just hit Next down at the bottom. And now it wants to know, where are the recipients? All right, well, the recipients are in an existing list that we've made. And I said that in my case, I'm storing it on the desktop. So I'm going to say Use Existing List, all right? And now I'm going to go ahead and browse and find it. So I'll click onto here, go over here to Desktop, and then I'll see on here the one called, this one right here, this last one here. So we're going to go ahead and just double click that. And there's only, I didn't really point it out, but on the spreadsheet there was only one tab, and the name of the tab is what you see here. So if you had multiple tabs, you had different lists and so forth, you'd see each of those tabs listed here, and whichever one you clicked onto, that would be the list it uses. In this case, we just have one, so we hit OK, and there they are. There's everybody. So we're happy there. Now, at this point, what you can do is you can actually pick the ones that you want to merge. If you, like right now, you can say, well, you know, I got a lot of people here, but I only want to merge, you know, so-and-so, whatever it is. But you can do that. But in this case, we're just going to go ahead and leave everybody in there. So we just go ahead and hit OK. And you'll see some coding going in there. Don't worry about it. And then go down here where it says Next, and click onto that. And now this is where we go to put the field. Now what I mean by that is that we have fields like name, address, city, state, zip, important things that we want to put on a label. So we need to put those in. So what you'll do is along the top here, you'll see something here called Insert Merge Field. You click onto that, and it asks you, you know, which fields you want to put in. So we're going to start out with the company name. So we'll click onto that. That puts that in there. That's the only thing we want on that first line of the label. So then we'll hit the Enter key. Now, when we do that, what happens is in Microsoft Word, there's extra spacing that goes between paragraphs, and technically, when I put that in there and hit the Enter key, I have a new paragraph. So that's going to be kind of a problem there. What I'm kind of cheat it here a little bit. I'm going to hit the backspace key and get back there, and I'm going to hit the Shift Enter. And what that does is it makes it seem like I just did a word wrap onto the next line of the paragraph, so I don't get all that extra spacing in there. See? Then I'll go back to Insert Merge Field and say, okay, I want to put the first name in there, put a space in there, and then go back in there and put the last name. And then do another Shift Enter, all right? And then I'm going to go back to Insert Merge, and this is going to be the address. Perfect. Shift Enter. And now we're going to do the city, state, and zip, so I'm going to click onto that again. There's my city, comma, space, and then state, space, and then our wonderful zip. That's it. That's all I want in there. The other thing I want to do is I want to make sure that the information here is perfectly centered between the top and bottom of the label. So while you're here, this is all one big paragraph here. What we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the table tools, the layout, because we're in a table right now. So we're going to go here to layout, And over here is the alignment. Now you can see right now it's kind of shadowed into looking like it's at the top left-hand corner of the label, which I'm sure you've gotten mailings before. It just looks stupid. So at minimum, we want to have it at least centered between the top and bottom. Whether you want it to be like a bullseye, you know, centered top, bottom, left, and right, that's this one here, but at least getting it centered between the top and bottom of the label, I think that's a good thing. Now when I click it, nothing seems to happen. And the reason for that is that when we look at this, this first label here, there's actually a hard return there. There's actually, and that's keeping it from pulling down. So where I'm at right there, if I just hit the backspace key one time, or a couple times, you'll see it kind of pull down. And that's it. And nothing more to do in that area. Now, the next thing you want to do is make sure that we have these same fields on all 30 labels. Now, does that mean that you have to go there and copy this and paste it here, paste it here? No, I mean, we'll make it do it for us. The way you do that is while you're here, you go down to here where it says update all labels, right? Now watch this. I click onto that, and voila. The only thing it didn't do, it didn't give me the centering like I wanted on the rest of them here. So what we can do is we can actually just click the whole table. That's this thing right here. Go back to our layout, hit this button right here, and that should get them all. Yeah, you might hit a couple times there. And now everything in there is centered perfectly. Good. All right, so once you've done all that, we're good here. So we're going to go on to the next step here. So we're going to click on the next. And you can see all of our people that we're merging into. Not bad. Looks pretty good. And then all you have to do is you hit next. And then you print it out. I'm not going to print it, but well, no. Well, I'll tell you what to do. Normally you'd hit print like that, and then you'd hit OK, and off it would go. You'd make sure your labels are in the printer, and off it goes. The way it will look is I'm going to click on to where it says Edit Individual Labels, so you can actually see this. Hit OK, and actually what it does, it creates a new document with multiple pages in it, each page being a 30 labeled sheet with all the names in there. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the computer. Waiting. It's almost there. I think I'll pause the video and then wait here. Well, I've waited long enough. It's been about like 10 minutes. I think the machine locked up. Anyway, don't worry about it. As I said, if you go to print it out, boom, it just starts printing out on the envelope. So we're good. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully maybe you can use this if this is what you're using the database for partially, is the Excel database to store, you know, names that you're going to be doing mail merging into, or what we call snail mail merge. Okay. But once they're printed out, you peel them off, stick them on the label, or stick them onto the envelopes, or wherever you're sticking them onto, and off you go. So take care. Appreciate you watching the video.